Mr. Landry.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Ma'am, in looking through your budget, I noticed that some of the cost savings you're calculating is in a decrease of about 150 employees in the disaster program. And being that my district seems to be the epicenter of disaster over the last 5 years, I'm concerned about the sacrifice employees who are on the ground working with my constituents after a disaster will be limited while there may be too many bureaucrats here in Washington. The Department of Agriculture employs more than 90,000 people, and its secretary has just 13 people in his office. Secretary Gates is running 2 wars in Afghanistan and it has a mere 15 people in his office. The Department of Energy has both a deputy secretary and a chief operating officer serving in a dual capacity. Y'all employ about 3,400 people, if I'm correct. But y'all have 2 separate people serving as a deputy secretary and a chief operating officer. Is that correct?
No, sir. We eliminated the chief operating officer position.
Oh, good for you. Didn't know that. Hadn't gotten that far. Thank you. Do you know how many currently is in just your personal staff?
I don't have a particular number for you on that, but
Okay.
I'm happy to follow up.
Okay. Well, my point is just, I just want to make sure that we're examining how heavy we are up here before we start sacrificing people on the ground.
Well, I totally agree with the principle that the most important priority is to get people on the ground who are actually helping small businesses one by one by one. And that's one of the 2 critical priorities for the budget, making sure the resources are that are most effective, that are on the ground, are the #1 priority. And the second priority is going after fraud, waste, and abuse and making sure our programs have integrity.
Are y'all going to go back and make sure that if we have some problems and disasters, might not even be in my district, but others, that do you have a way to increase those number of field agents in an emergency?
Yes, we do. And I just want to assure you that the reduction that I described is in the steady state of readiness. We fluctuate up and down depending on how many disasters there are and how severe, and sometimes we're in as many as 40 areas of the country. So we employ a ready reserve staff of 2,000 who are not on the payroll, but they are ready to go on the payroll and get on a plane and get down to the area when necessary. So the reason we believe we can make a reduction in our average steady state and maintain the same level of preparedness is that we worked very hard to re-engineer our disaster processing centers so that we were more efficient on average. But you should expect us to deliver and be ready to deliver what you need in those times of disaster and to maintain the new level of preparedness that we have come to post-2005.
Thank you, ma'am. Mr. Chairman, I yield the balance of my time.